Hello, this is a video on attempting to do a software update on the system that's built into a Grandland Vauxhall GLX. This model itself is a elite model. It's got automatic lights, which I'm going to actually dim, put the lower ones on. It's got sat nav built into it, and after about 2 hours of loading lots and lots of information from the Vauxhall website, this is supposed to be an upgrade. So if I can get my light on from my phone, I'll show you where you need to plug it in down below. It's not the best thing in the world to actually see, so let's turn the torch on and stick that through there. Can you see the USB connection there? So you take your USB, let's keep that lit up if possible. You take your USB drive and stick it in, basically, which should be that way around. So it's not the easiest thing to plug in, but I managed to do it first attempt. It often does this, not compatible version, and apparently what you're supposed to do is keep turning it off and on. It says there's no memory, no content on the stick. Now, according to the actual Vauxhall club, they tell you it could take several attempts. So I've unplugged it, plugged it in again, and it keeps saying the same thing. This is the problem I seem to keep coming up against. If we go into the menu, I think it might be settings menu, let it get out of the media error and go into the settings and options and system settings. I'm going to do a factory reset. Apply factory reset. So that's basically what the settings was when it was built in the factory. So right, let's get out of that and try again. I've only managed to do this once to get it to work, so we'll go back to options again. Keep saying this version's not compatible with your system info view, and that NAC system there is not changed one iota. 23rd of the 4th 18, and this mapping, I'm sure that's the same mapping that's on the so-called upgrade disc. So we'll try updates, and it's got no listing of anything. What the second thing I'm going to try and do, if I turn off this torch, is I'm going to tether the phone. The phone won't come back to life. Right, let's get rid of the torch settings. The torch is off, and I'm just going to grab my cable. And plug my USB cable in. Again, take that map out and stick the cable in. I'm going to stick that cable in the bottom of the phone. I'm just going to stick the camera up there for a second. And go to tethering. So log into my phone, go down to settings and connections, and mobile hotspot tethering, switch it on. That's switched on. So I've got my mobile hotspot on. It's a bit bright to actually see. Doesn't seem to do anything. So let's go into Android Auto. Supposed to be factory set defaulted, but yet different addresses that I've gone to are still there. You know, you have to laugh, don't you? How is a normal person supposed to figure out, you know, what the hell's going on here with doing updates, etc. Just absolutely blows your mind why people like Vauxhall just don't seem to want to know about any you know, anything looking after people with updates, etc. It's just a joke. You're paying like 30 odd grand for a car at full retail, and they're getting worse and worse. You know, my last car, which I won't name the manufacturer, it was a TomTom system, same as this. You would obviously you'd still have to go to the TomTom website and do the updates, but they'd take about 20 minutes, and firmware was a different update from doing your radio, and you got 4 a year. This supposed update from them, all it does is it keeps giving you that every single time. You know, the data's wrong, blah blah blah's wrong. So let me go back to settings again. Come out of there. I'll go to settings again, and options, and system settings, and system info, and view them. It's got exactly the same mapping and the same system version that it's supposed to have got back to factory default. The whole thing's a joke, it really is. So factory settings, reset, apply factory settings. It's wiped out my radio, and then go to system info, view. Still the same. Not done any update or backwards compatibility at all. Update stat button's a waste of time because they've never got any updates. Export config to a memory stick. What's the point of doing that? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop this video here and try 4 or 5 times and see if just perseverance will get me over the line. But every single time, the one time it's actually done any update, which is probably where that NAC R0 is never ever, apart from one time, done anything. Every other time I've tried to update this, it just gives you media errors. Now I've done everything properly like I've done before. The one time that it did work, I followed them instructions. I follow the instructions on their website. Again, you know, if you're a layperson who's not very good with computers, this is just a scam. It really is. So anyway, rant over. I'll try again, and I'll just clock back in again in about 5 minutes or so when I've given up. Bye for now. Right, so far all the upgrades ways that in the club everything has not worked. I've come across this Opel update site which is saying do a firmware update. Now if you can look at these digits here, What the hell is going on here? 10.90 megabytes, 254 gigabytes. It's going to take about 6 years to download this, isn't it? The way that it's going, it doesn't show you how fast it's going or anything like that. I don't know why they're so slow, I really don't, but I'm going to leave it to download, and then I'll stick it on the little USB drive and take it out and see if that one will work. So switching off again. Bye for now. This is the version 18 maps from the Peugeot website. I don't know if I'm getting close enough for you to see that, where it is downloading from. That one's virtually downloaded. It's 9.6 of 10 gigabytes, so we'll see how that one goes as well. I'm going to do the firmware update first and then try this one afterwards, so wish me luck.